If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. This is the Morning Woo. Happy Devil's Friday. Actually, happy Devil's Black Friday. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live on this beautiful November 28th, 2025, Black Friday. How was your Thanksgiving yesterday? Happy belated Thanksgiving to you, Maria, and happy Devil's Black Friday as well. Pod Legend chiming in, getting ready down to hunker for a snowstorm out in Wisconsin. Happy for a late afternoon game today as the Devils go up to Buffalo, play the Buffalo Sabres. Going to be on the lookout for Tage Thompson because we've talked about it before on this podcast about which wingers do you want to pair up with Jack Hughes and possible via trade. Happy Devils Black Friday to you, NY Davy. Asking the Devils to destroy the Sabres. I would love nothing for the Devils to sweep the back-to-back of the Buffalo Sabres today. 24 hours later, the Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow to avenge that loss last Saturday in Philadelphia. Those 26 seconds of 3 goals. It still makes me mad. Still makes me mad. Roman says Quinn for Dougie and Palat or we don't want it. And Maria says she was rewatching yesterday's Morning Woo when I just came on live. You should watch all the Morning Woos. 55 straight days of episodes. Happy Devil's Black Friday to you, Peter Seifert. Woo, it's the Seifert family Christmas tree cutting day. It's a battle between listening to you and Sandra playing Christmas music. What to do? Well, this is what I would do if I were you, Peter Seifert. You play the Morning Woo, and you play the Christmas music in the background. You get the best of both worlds. That's all. That's all. Otherwise, if I would have known before the podcast, I'd be playing some music in the background for Mrs. Seifert to listen to. But the only tracks I have right now are I got Mrs. Woo's favorite track in the queue right now. If you heard this song already. Yeah, we'll play this in the background. Nico, who has been on fire, by the way. He has been on fire, Nico Hischier. I was very critical of him after that Flyers loss, but he's definitely stepped it up. Kind of like Gordie Howe. He's scoring goals. He's assisting, like he assisted Simon Nemich's goal last game-winning goal in overtime. Also, Nico is not taking anybody's crap as well, wanting to drop the gloves. I'm doing my best here, Peter Seaver. I don't have any Christmas tracks. I mean, I could sing, Christmas songs while you're, cutting down a Christmas tree with Mrs. Seifert. NY Davey says Nemec will be a trade piece Vancouver will want back for Quinn. Well, Vancouver, Devils have all the leverage here. This is all Tom Fitzgerald has to say. Hey, Jimmy Rutherford, you want Nemec? Go to hell. You're not getting him. Click. That's all it is. Because the Devils really, really do not need to make this trade. And I know Nick Villano says, well, anything can happen in a year and a half. Well, if anything can happen in a year and a half, do you need Quinn Hughes a year and a half later? No. See, this is where Shimon Nemec has done wonders right now with his recent play, his recent development. And of all people, I've been very critical of him. This is coming from somebody that still wants Logan Cooley, but now is getting burned by Shimon Nemec. But as I know, Shimon Nemec's success is our success, no matter what. But the Devils don't need to make that trade. They really don't. So what if Quinn Hughes, say if Philadelphia comes in? They still have a year and a half left on that contract. And if he truly wants to play with his brothers, Devils don't really have to do anything here other than to drive up the price for anybody else that wants Shimon Nemec. That's all they have to do here. Sometimes staying neutral and doing nothing is the best thing. And I don't think the Devils need to overpay for Quinn Hughes. No, they really don't. Because Shimon Nemec has proven so far this season that he belongs in the National Hockey League. He's showing why he's a second overall pick. But most importantly, isn't he clutch? Shimon last second Nemec. Always getting it done, at least so far this 2025-26 NHL season. So I beg to differ. The Quinn Hughes thing, I'm going to have a little fun with it on air. But the Devils are not desperate for Quinn. It's not Quinn Hughes or bust. It's more of, hey, he's not happy there, Jimmy Rutherford. You've been complaining through the press. The more you complain through the press, the more leverage other teams have. If you really want to get rid of him, if you really want to, get something in return, don't be like Barry Trotz and be realistic. It's going to take draft picks, prospects, and maybe one good player. Because right now, the Vancouver Canucks really have no leverage here. None. When you got a player that wasn't happy with that JT Miller incident, you have a player that's just disgusted with what's going on, that really wants out of Vancouver and is playing hardball. And the reason why Quinn Hughes is playing hardball, and again, this is the business side. It's not because Quinn Hughes is a jerk, but right now he has no trade protection. So he has to play hardball. Because you don't want, if you're in Quinn Hughes' shoes, you don't want to land up in a crappy organization. And when the opportunity presents itself like this, Who wouldn't want to play with your brothers in New Jersey who are on the up and ups in the National Hockey League? So right now, Suka, they definitely shouldn't overpay for a guy that wants to play with his brothers. We don't need him. Love to have him, but not desperate to have him. Our terms, not theirs. And I completely agree. Now, is there a Jack Hughes factor? With Jack Hughes, all right, halfway through his 8-year deal, which is now a steal. Is it a deal breaker for Jack Hughes to have Quinn in New Jersey? We saw what happened with Luke Hughes, his contract, which got dragged out quite a bit. But eventually they settled, where both parties seemed to be happy with Luke Hughes' extension. I think it would be great to have Quinn Hughes here. But I'm telling you, you have Quinn Hughes, Luke Hughes, and Shimon Nemitz on your blue line for the foreseeable future. And let's just hope Big Mike Yeageroff is the real deal in a couple years from now. Woo! Do the Devils look good? Hughes from Hughes and Hughes. It's our destiny, says NY Davy. Jason, we need another center and shorter wing. Well, look, let's hope that Tom Fitzgerald can pull off some miracles here, because you do have some trade pieces to work with. But, look, if Tom Fitzgerald can pull off getting Quinn Hughes, Ryan O'Reilly, and Tage Thompson or Jordan Kyrou without giving up Shimon Nemitz and Dawson Mercer, that would be a miracle in itself. But you're going to have to give up players to get players. But Tom Fitzgerald and the late Ray Shero have been very shrewd in their trading in the past. Jason, you need big physical D-men with them because they're small, soft back end. Agreed. The only reason why, look, Dougie Hamilton is probably tradable just because, look, he does have size. He's right-handed. But he doesn't use the body like he should compared to, like, Brett Pesce and Brendan Dillon. But, that $8.5 million salary to move the other way can free up that cap space that the Devils would desperately need to bring in, a centerman and a winger, or possibly Quinn Hughes. But between Palat and Hamilton, with contracts that would command about $14.5 million to open up some space. And then, with Jack Hughes being out, there is some wiggle room if other teams are willing to take those salaries. Again, if you're going to get Quinn Hughes, it's got to be in a three-team trade with another team trying to retain some of these salaries, because I don't think both clubs could really, unless you do an eye for an eye, you can't really absorb, that type of salary going either way. Dylan says Lupus not his. So, again, I don't want to talk too much about this Quinn Hughes thing. That's just really for fun at this point. If Vancouver was really serious, they would understand, look, Devils aren't giving up Nemec. They're just not at this point. Nemec put himself in this position in a good way. Nemec figured it out. He figured it out after last season, and he got a taste of what success was like if you listen to your coaches, if you work on your game and on yourself. And he's been such and a remarkable improvement. And now he's scoring. And this is the part that really gets me, that nobody could have predicted a year ago. He's scoring clutch goals like he did against Carolina in Game 3 when the Devils couldn't score. That, who knew then that would be the start of what he is now? Like in the clutch when it matters most. Jason said, I'll give up Nemec for Quinn 1-for-1. It's just not going to happen because there's a discrepancy in the salary cap. Quinn Hughes is making $7.5 million. How do you fit him in? It's not. It doesn't. Another player has to go the other way. And I would not give up Nemec at this point. No way. No way. Right now, for this season, he's on a cheap contract. And he doesn't have arbitration rights on the next deal. He's 1 year behind Luke Hughes in on this. I would not trade Nemec. He is too valuable right now. But if you are going to trade Nemec, I expect more than Quinn Hughes back. That's for sure. But Nemec, he bulked up this past offseason. He wasn't screwing around. He wasn't messing around this past offseason. And he's gotten himself physically in shape. And he's physical at times. He's a little chippy at times. And I love that. I love that about that kid. I mean, that Ben Sherratt thing, obviously he must have done something to piss him off to where Sherratt did a sneaky spear on him. I love that stuff. But right now, Vancouver does not have the leverage. Like, Jim Rutherford, the more he talks, the more his leverage goes down. Because it's just like, seems like they're just desperate to get rid of Quinn Hughes. And the more Vancouver loses, the worse. And if I were Jim Rutherford, I would ask the Devils, look, just get me some pieces. Get me some pieces. Because if you get draft capital back and you get some prospects back, it buys Jim Rutherford some time with the fans. Say, okay, we traded Quinn Hughes. We got all this draft capital. It's going to take some time to draft these guys, develop them. But I assure you, this is going to be all worth it. Yeah. So, again, I would say right now, New Jersey, the big weekend. This afternoon against the Buffalo Sabres. Tomorrow night at the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll be there. Game Day Live at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at American Whiskey. Back at the pizza bar where they make pizzas. Yeah, I'll be back there. All set up there. And also for Game Day Live as well. Dubs is like both Devils fans and Vancouver fans are overvaluing the ends of proposals. Nemec has been good for 25 games. He's still an unknown commodity. Quinn is a free agent in 2 years and won't sign. I wouldn't say Nemec is an unknown commodity. I would say that he's on track for greatness so far. Again, you can't fault Nemec. He's just young, right? So it's a matter of what's your valuation of Nemec, what you project him to be in 5 years. And so far, from what we've seen since his rookie season, when he was called up as an emergency blue liner because the Devils were just getting decimated in his rookie year. That he was called up, getting the experience. He's improved every year. And I would expect him, it's a good bet that he's going to improve on this year. Pod Legend says, taking the morning woo grocery shopping with me right now. Unrelated, but wanted to share. Well, I'm happy to be part of your day, whether you're grocery shopping or going Black Friday shopping, or you're cutting down Christmas trees with your family like Peter Seifer is right now, and, you know, requesting Christmas music to be on in the background. I mean, you know, I tried playing Nico Nico. We also have another hit song as well. If you haven't heard it yet, we've also got, you know, kind of a blues country flair of Downtown Connor Brown. Downtown Connor Brown. Bad Connor Brown. As Peter Seifer is cutting down that tree with his family, with the Seifer family. And he's thinking about bad Downtown Connor Brown. Anyway, so people, look, you can take the morning woo anywhere. Lupus Nada says, unless I am busy programming, I am always listening to the morning woo. Well, I'm glad. I'm honored. I'm flattered. The Morning Woo is the number one New Jersey Devils morning podcast around the world. We've cornered a market, I'll tell you. Cornered a market. Yeah, Jason O is right. One bad losing streak could put you out of the playoff spot. Yeah, let's be realistic here. Devils are top of the Eastern Conference starting today. But they could be at the bottom of this Eastern Conference by next week if they're not careful. Winning solves everything. It does. Winning solves everything. So keep that in mind. Dubs is like, we still have to unload at least $5 million in salary to have a cap compliant roster once the LTIRs are back. Kovacevic. Again, you know, these contracts that Tom Fitzgerald gave out doesn't give too much flexibility to New Jersey Devils. But you know what? Right now, Tom Fitzgerald kind of has the leverage at the moment for all those naysayers because the Devils are number one in the Eastern Conference right now. You can't argue with them with that. But, man, that Palat contract is really weighing down on the Devils right now. And I'm not talking about Palat as a player. I'm just talking about his contract. But we shall see. All right, well, going to get out of here. It was a short morning woo. Hoping to talk more Devils hockey. We'll have Game Day Live. Scotty of Sirius XM, Liquid Mel, and I will be on at probably around 3 p.m. Eastern, as it's an late afternoon game up in Buffalo. And then we'll have Devils After Dark after the game, recapping the game that was, as it's a Happy Devils Black Friday. So we're going to do the ceremonial sip. If you haven't seen it yet, the new mugs, the Morning Woo mugs, double-sided. Beautiful, right? Double-sided Morning Woo mugs. Yes, the ceremonial sip. You can't have a ceremonial sip with a Morning Woo without a Morning Woo mug. An official swag merchandise, soon to be purchased. We're working out the logistics right now on that, but I figured I'd tease you that they're pretty snazzy, aren't they? Makes a great holiday gift for you and your loved ones. And I want to salute you, the Devils fans, that are trying to get through this Black Friday, but will be ready when the Devils take on the Buffalo Sabres. To you, I salute you. That felt good. All right. getting out of here. Let's just hit the Morning Woo soundtrack. It's going to be a great game today. Can't wait. Also, big shout out to Lisa on the Instagram live or Instagram. Told me she usually listens to the podcast in the car. Met her at American Whiskey the other night. Big shout out to Lisa and all those that are tuning in. Well, I'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern. Keep racking up those points. That's right, Maria. Robert Isaacson, here is another OT. Till next time, this is the Morning Woo. Let's go, Devils.
Oh, well, I love you. Yes, I love you. Morning Woo. Morning Woo.